girls are players too. Welcome to the next episode. I am the mama.
And I'm the daughter. Happy Friday Eve, y'all. It's almost the weekend. It's time to turn up. You know what I'm saying?
Brittany, yesterday was National Left-Handers Day. And shout out to all the lefties out here because y'all actually have a day. But I just happen to have the best lefty that I know as my daughter.
She is I, and I'm going to give it up for us. Life was hard, man, being a lefty.
Because I'm sitting here like, I did not teach my daughter how to write. I was writing with my right hand, or how to cut, or how to, use scissors. Cause
I had people questioning if I was even being truthful about being a lefty. Like, I can't help what God created. But, it has served me well. Like, I am one of few in my family that is a lefty. So, I've just overcome a lot. And being a lefty, I'm proud of it.
That's
because
awesome.
I'm very unique.
That is very unique. I also caught today is National Tattoo Removal Day. Are you trying to remove any tattoos?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I'm good.
I hear you. Me neither, because I think that would be quite painful. But
yeah.
So when we last were together, we had some technical difficulties. We were in the throes of a pretty fun episode, and it just got cut off.
Y'all, that episode was epic. And, Mother Nature has a way of just doing things. And so, in Milwaukee, it was declared, like FEMA declared it a natural disaster with the flooding and all that happened. So we are safe. Everything is good. Sending prayers and all things to the people that are still recovering from the floods that have happened. But, even through those times, we still managed to bring
We still had an episode. It was probably good it cut us off because, we get to talking and it goes too long anyway. So let's pick up where we left off, because we had some stuff that we wanted to talk about last week, from last week. But, okay, first we're going to give shout outs to the women. So Jen Powell was the first female umpire in Major League Baseball history over the weekend.
Pause.
Now, what makes that significant is people can say first female. Yeah, right. No, for real. Like, never before has this been a thing. And she actually did a doubleheader. So the Braves played the Marlins. And the first night, which was Saturday, she was a base ump. So, but then on Sunday, she actually was behind the plate. That's significant, because now you're calling strikes. And yeah,
it's significant because y'all realize how long a baseball game is, right? And to do a doubleheader, I ain't doing that. So, major shout out to Jen, because that is huge. I mean, we see the umps at the bases, but to be the one doing the strikes or the, all of that. And, I feel like the umpires have to give the theatrical effects when they're there. Like,
I know.
They're out. So, go ahead.
I wish I had watched the game, because I would have wanted to hear, because, whenever the regular umps, the guys, it's like, was she like, like, was she high pitched? What did that sound like? Because I'm sure that probably was different. Or did she have, was she deep throw with it to make sure, whatever. So I wish I would have seen that. But again, we out here making history, and that is just incredible. But Brittany, to go this long and never before a female? What?
Nah. That just tells you the evolution of sports. We're talking about MLB. We've mentioned females in NFL. I mean, it's just sports that are male dominated, like from top to bottom. And now the women, they're seeping in, and you can't do nothing but get them their props because they
That's right.
found a way to get
That's right.
in. So
That's
that's huge.
that's
That's
right.
that's major.
Okay, so another woman in history. History was made with by another female, Asia Wilson, who plays for the Las Vegas Aces, two-time NBA champs, back-to-back champs. She just made history as the first WNBA player in history to score 30 points or more and 20 rebounds. She dropped 32 points.
That's like Shaq numbers. Like
Or what do they say?
it's
Video game numbers?
yeah, like 2K numbers. That's just it's unheard of, but when we say it's unheard of or it's impossible until it happens. And she just continues, even though the Aces have been like in the middle, up and down this year, she's still keeping herself relevant through all the mess that's been going on with the WNBA. So major shout out, major props to Asia for just keeping herself even kill, just with
Yeah.
everything that's going on this year,
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
give her credit because the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has been hurt. So she only played like 12 games, or maybe she's played 19 and whatever. But, people thought that it was going to be down, and it could be. But I
Hmm.
think the league itself is just in a good place. I really do.
Yeah.
And so when you can see players like Asia still repping hard, still doing her thing, I'm looking forward to these playoffs because every day the Lynx are still the number one team, Liberty number two, but three
Yeah.
through eight is like it
It's a
fluctuates.
toss
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
yeah. So
And
it'll
that's
be
what makes the
curious.
league fun. Yeah. It'll be interesting to watch, and that's what makes it fun to watch because there's no set who's in position what. So,
Correct. All right, more history. Katie Benzon, and that's a name I'm sure many people don't have never heard of. Katie is 27 years old, and she just became the
yeah.
youngest female GM GM of an
General
NBA.
manager.
Yes, of an NBA G League team. So she's the decision maker for that team. And it was the Utah Jazz G League team, the Salt Lake City Stars.
Yeah.
But 27 and you making power
27.
moves?
Yeah. Yeah. As a woman, I mean, because we know we hear men in high places at 25, 28, but a woman, and her background is in basketball. She was a college player with Maryland. She had a little bit of a stint with the WNBA. She played with the Mystics. So she has the background. So it's not like, oh, we just going to put her in this position because whatever. Like, no, she has the knowledge of the sport. And you talk about just getting a seat at the table. Shoot, I'm the shot caller now, so that's big time. That's big
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
we just gonna give it up for her for that.
Yeah, because we had to do some research to find out. Because you said first, the youngest female. I'm like, well, youngest, was she the first? And she wasn't. So in 2020, Tori Miller was the first female GM. She was the GM of the Atlanta Hawks G League team, the College Park Skyhawks.
Yeah,
And that's only 5 years ago. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, like we've been saying, it's been slow, but the progress is there with the women just getting their feet in these professional leagues. I mean, some people might say, well, that's a G League team. You got to start from somewhere. You
Yeah,
got to
but
start from somewhere.
the G League team, LeBron James Jr. played in the G League, so I mean, you still got some heavy hitters. You know,
Absolutely.
Mac McClung winning the slam dunk contest. He's a G leaguer, so it's big
Yep.
business. It's a big deal, and it
Yeah.
definitely feeds to the NBA. So definitely give her credit, give the league credit for recognizing the need to expand and have more women have a presence in what that looks like. But more
Yeah.
history was
Sure.
made. This is probably not the history that we want to talk about, but Sha'carri Richardson has to be the first athlete to be arrested and then show up for a track meet. I think that's historical, right? So we talked to you a
Yo.
couple weeks ago. Sha'carri Richardson, the track phenom with the United States track team, got arrested for a domestic dispute with her boyfriend at the Seattle Tacoma airport. Um, but this was during the U.S. qualifiers for the World Championships, which is coming up in September. And she got arrested because she was pushing her boyfriend, acting a fool, threw her headphones at him, and he literally was just like, I don't want any trouble. But they
Good job,
released the
man.
video. They released the video, and it was not a good scene for Sha'carri. So
Yeah, and I mean, she this goes back. I mean, we like on episode 30 something. So this goes back quite a few episodes when we talked about your presence, you're not just you and your boyfriend. Like it's you, your boyfriend, the media, people, like everything is out there. And so you acting a fool, not only are you getting arrested, but people get it on camera. And, with what you went through a few years ago with, the whole substance
being
use thing,
banned for
like,
right marijuana use, right?
come on, come on. Like, keep yourself in the media for the good things. Now, you did what you needed to do for, racing, showed up, didn't show up. there were discrepancies with that too. Like she pulled herself out of a race. So,
Well, it was
but
that race.
I,
She won her heat in the 100, and so she was running the finals, but she pulled herself out of it because she had already qualified for the finals, qualified for a spot in the worlds for the 100. But the 200 she did not qualify for. She was just
Mhm.
tenths of a second behind the time that she needed to get an automatic bid because she didn't win her heat. But she did apologize. So she put out a
And
public
I
apology.
want to, yeah, I was gonna say, and to her apology, I want to speak back to mental health because her apology had a lot to do with trauma she's experienced. And, in her situation now, it seems, it could be a great one, especially seeing that he didn't respond or react to how she was acting. Um, she just talked about past trauma or just not knowing what love looks like or feels like. And so her reaction or response to situations is to act out in that way. And so it just brings back the conversation around mental health, and just figuring out what works for you to kind of deal with those trauma things that may come up, um, especially because you are in the public eye. So,
Correct.
kind of protecting yourself and surrounding yourself with supports that, love you, wants the best for you so that you don't have to keep going through these things.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
that's my 2 cents.
no, I appreciate that, and it is definitely a field that you have a lot of expertise in, and I just think that as public figures, I think they forget that. You in the airport with your boyfriend, you mad because something didn't go your way, or something happened, or you saw something on the phone, or whatever the issue was, and then you start fighting. because you're in the airport, people already are got their phones out. Like it's already there
Right.
because you're a public figure.
Yep.
So they have their cameras ready. And the minute you say something and it's loud, or you throw something and altercation ensues, it's on camera. Like somebody got it. Somebody got it. Exactly. So we're just praying for Sha'carri because she's phenomenal as an athlete. Now, what's interesting is Nike is her sponsor. They have not dropped her. They have not done or changed anything. So she certainly, and I think that's what that apology was for. Like, let me clean this up, because the same what
Yeah.
happened with John Morant and all of his issues that he was having. Nike easily could have dropped him, and they didn't because his shoe came
Yeah.
out this
Yeah.
year. So it's like, but as a sponsor, you got to think about that. These people are public
Yeah.
figures and they represent your brand, and you don't want to be tied to trash or garbage or anything negative. You just
For
don't.
sure.
So,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
NFL, Britt. We back to the Cleveland Browns. Now, before we move into what's supposed to happen on the field, Myles Garrett got pulled over for speeding. But this is not his first time. This dude is a chronic speeder. Like he was
Hmm.
going 120 in like a 60. But he's been cited for speeding like multiple times. And just a couple years ago, he was in a very serious car accident that he could have been killed. And he wasn't,
Yeah.
obviously. He walked away. And he gave an apology that life is too short. I got to be better. And years later, you're doing it still. Like, what is up with this?
So basically, you playing with life. Okay. All right. We'll just
But you
leave
are
that
a
with you,
200
cause
plus $1 million athlete. Like, your value to the
like why?
team is so significant. But don't you value
Yeah.
life or the lives of others? Because
Right.
you put other people at risk too.
Right.
Because it's not like he was
Absolutely.
at the speedway driving like that, just him in his car, doing laps like the movie Cars. I saw that last weekend too, by the
Right.
way. But if a police officer can cite you, you're in plain sight. Like, so again, what are you
Yes.
doing?
Being dumb, and it's the fact that he hasn't gotten in, like, had serious consequences, that he continues to do it. And it's like at this point now you're playing with fire, and it's like you're daring for something to happen. Yeah, I'm just wishing you the best, Miles, because I don't know. You are too old, too grown to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so we moved to Shador. Oh, we raved about Shador this past Monday and his presence. Yes. Well, Shador is hurt, has an oblique injury that has him day to day, but they have pretty much ruled him out for their next game this weekend. So while Shador was getting the reps,
So
Dylan Gabriel is probably going to get the start for this next preseason game. Joe Flacco, I don't know if he's going to play. Kenny Pickett is still hurt. Deshaun Watson obviously is not playing. And Tyler Huntley, he's just like, I'm just happy to be here. Whatever minutes I can get,
hey y'all.
I know I don't have a shot
Hey.
to make the team, but hey, let me just get some money out of this, show my family I'm still worthy. And yeah.
Yeah, there's 19 quarterbacks on the team. So it's just I'm hoping that Shador is good and it recovers well, and great thing it's still preseason, but it's just like it's such a toss up. I want that shirt or whatever that man was wearing. Like, who's our quarterback? I want that shirt because now I'm questioning who's the quarterback.
Right, right.
So
Yeah. So the drama continues with the Cleveland Browns, but we move to our team. And part of what we would have talked about on Monday was the Packers look like absolute trash in their preseason debut. Jordan Love only played the first series. I think he had 3 snaps or something like that. And he hurt his thumb. He got hurt.
Yeah, he had surgery a few days ago. So, um, yeah, but he's expected to be ready. I mean, he made a statement saying, his focus is getting back for week 1. So all good signs there. So I mean, I guess if you think about an injury happening, it's the best time for it right now, and he can be 100% come the season opener. So yeah, but the Packers as a team just garbage, trash, non-existent. All the negatives of not showing up were the Packers. So,
Yeah, it's
so
definitely created some issues for us. But Malik Willis is our backup, and he joined the team like 20 minutes before the first game, and last year. So now he definitely is going to start on with their next game. And the Packers play the Lions the first game of the season, so they don't have like a team that's terrible like on paper from the previous year. They start against the Lions, and that game is actually on CBS. Out here it is. So I'm certainly gonna be
well,
tuned in.
you'll make some money, that there's a positive there, but oh, that is terrible for the. Well, it's not terrible. Y'all just need to get it together.
They
Come
got to
the
get it
time y'all play
together
the Lions, so
because they look like
that's
trash.
it.
Yeah. So if Jordan Love is
Yeah,
not ready and everybody else, because he's not the only reason why we lost. Like I said, he only played the first series, but they look terrible. Penalty after penalty, drop passes, guy muffed a punt. It was horrible. So yeah. And I actually watched the game. So it was just disappointing. But at any rate, NFL, Brittany, we got 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks from today. 3 weeks from today, it's going down. Eagles and the Cowboys. Wow. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
the champs, the champs versus America's team. I just can't get
Well,
with that. I can't get with it.
yeah. And we still
I just
don't know
can't.
if Micah
But
Parsons is going to be on the team or not. But yeah.
yeah,
Or
I
see,
heard little birdie, and this may not be true, but there's probably talks that Micah Parsons is coming to the Packers.
yeah,
Maybe.
I heard that too.
Who
But
knows?
they have to give up Jordan Love to get him. So that ain't happening. They'd have to give up a lot, and that's not happening. But any team at this
Yeah.
point
No.
would have to give up a lot. And you've been practicing with some of the star quality that you have. Yes, you can give up draft picks for future,
Right.
but you're going to have to give up some quality right now. And that's the tough position to
Yeah.
be in, unless you got a player that you just ready to unload and be like, okay, yeah, all
Right.
right, bye, Jared Goff. I mean, yeah, that was a joke. The Packers would love for Jared Goff to not be with the Lions, but we'll see. We shall
For
see.
real. For real.
All right, well, we're gonna move into the NBA. Yay! NBA starts October.
I'm gonna give it up for that. Give it up.
Now,
Yes.
what's different with the NBA this year? TNT is no longer a player to air their games. Done. NBC has made a comeback. Now, in the yesteryears, the years of Michael Jordan, Ahmad Rashad was his man, and that was all NBC. Yes. So the NBA on NBC makes a return. However, we also have games on Amazon Prime. So it's changing. Yes. Yes. And Michael
Yeah,
Jordan is actually
it
a
is
part of the
all over.
NBC crew.
Really? Wow. I never thought I'd see the day that Michael Jordan is commentating or and being an analyst of any sort
Absolutely.
because it's Michael
Absolutely.
Jordan.
Exactly. But Carmelo Anthony is joining the NBC crew.
This will be interesting.
I
I like
know.
it.
So it's like I mean, I want to tune in to watch the games, but I just want to hear these brothers talk. Like, what are they gonna say? I mean, these are basketball royalty in terms of just how great they were. So to hear them commentating, or in Michael Jordan's case, I doubt that he'll be a sideline commentator or more of a like a in studio something, to just give his takes on
Mm.
certain things, or if there's certain shows that he's doing interviews and stuff. Because for him to go a whole 2.5 hours to talk about layups and free throw percentage and all of that, I mean, you got to study every game. You know what I mean? So I don't
Yeah.
think that that's
Yeah.
him, but to know that he's a part of that crew is phenomenal.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. I mean, like you said, with the season starting, it's exciting just to know that NBA is back. But that is exciting because when you know with the TNT crew, everybody in the world loved Kenny, Shaq, Ernie, Charles. So I think with that change, they had to come with something like with some heavy hitters to kind of fill that void that we will be missing with the TNT crew. So
But you're
good
not
job.
missing the
I love
TNT
it.
crew. You're not missing the TNT crew. They moved to ESPN.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes. So
Yep.
so they are
Yep.
now with ESPN. So that crew is still in place. They still will have their own show and commentating, on the games, in studio, that type of thing. So that is still a thing. But it's just, you just feel bad because the NBA on TNT was a big deal. But like I said,
Sure.
to know that it's coming back to NBC, I think is a really big deal. Um, so yeah, just all things, it's just super exciting. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
season schedules have been announced. They were released today. So all of the teams, and I'm gonna be printing mine soon, so I can, because Milwaukee Bucks is appointment television for me, especially out here. I buy the NBA
Yes.
League Pass. I don't
Yes.
miss a game at all. And even if I'm still at work,
Not one
because many
ever.
times I am still at work because the games start at 4 o'clock or 4:30 or 5 out here. I got my iPad. I got TNT if I need to get the NBC app or Peacock or whatever. I am always watching. So I am excited about that. But opening night starts October 21st. And on NBC, first games, Houston Rockets versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State against the Lakers. You could not have picked two better games to open the season. Kevin Durant with Houston now going against the NBA champs, Oklahoma City. Steph Curry going against Luca and LeBron.
Yeah, I'm excited for that Houston OKC game because KD, that was where he started. Well, from the
Started in
Supersonics to
Seattle.
OKC,
Yes.
but
Yes.
for them, yeah, for the OKC team to win a championship, and now KD is like, I think that's when the ring night happens too.
It
So
usually
it's
is because I don't know if
yeah, that'll be
I don't
interesting.
know if the game at, yes, it's at Oklahoma City, so it's very likely that is the ring ceremonial
Hmm.
game. and I think the banner, they do all of
Yep.
that. So yes. Oh
Yep.
my God. Oh my God. Okay. October 21st, I'm gonna have to start a countdown on that because we've already pegged the NFL start countdown. Yeah. So okay. Now Christmas Day games, which are a big deal because that is like the mark of favorability, you know, in terms of viewership. People want to see certain teams on Christmas Day. Well, there's only 2 teams playing in the Eastern Conference. So only one game has Eastern Conference, which basically says of the 5 games and only one being Eastern Conference, they don't think the Eastern Conference is very strong, even though Giannis is the best player in the East. So we'll leave that for another time because we're gonna keep it positive. Okay, so the Christmas Day game, like I said, Cleveland and New York Knicks represent the East. Then you got the San Antonio Spurs against OKC.